Hey, hey, hey. Time for another Out of This World story from rSpace. When someone starts crying over the consequences they swore would never happen, it's not regret. It's just surprise that the other person finally walked away. Today on rSpace, the emotional whiplash alone could qualify for hazard pay. Wife went to meet her ex without my permission. I divorced her and moved on. Now she regrets it. I'm a mess typing this out, but I need to get it off my chest. I don't know if spilling my guts here will fix anything, but I'm in chaos and I need somewhere to unload. My life's been turned upside down and I'm still trying to figure out how I got here. Context. I, 35 male, married to Emma, 35 female, for 8 years. No kids, just us and our dog, Max. I'm a marketing manager at a mid-sized firm. Nothing glamorous, but pays the bills and she works in finance. We were living what I thought was a pretty solid life in a cozy suburban house outside Chicago. Emma's always been the outgoing one. Girls' nights, brunches, book clubs, you name it. She's the life of the party, always chatting up strangers, making friends everywhere. I'm the opposite, a homebody who'd rather binge a Netflix series with Max curled up on the couch. But I never minded her social streak. It's part of what made us work. She brings the fun and I bring the stability in our marriage. About 2 or 3 months ago, she started acting off. Always on her phone, smiling at texts, typing furiously, then locking the screen when I walked by. Whenever I asked, "Who's got you grinning like that?" she brushed it off with, "Just a friend from work." I didn't push. No big deal. We all share the office's insider jokes with coworkers. However, I noticed this shift in her vibe. She'd get these calls and step outside to take them, saying it was work stuff. Mind you, she has been working in the same office for years and never did this before. I got a nagging feeling that it was something else and started wondering if I was being paranoid or if something was up. Then, 2 weeks back, we were eating takeout and she casually dropped, "I'll be late tomorrow." I said, "Sure, what's up?" She replied, "I'm grabbing coffee tomorrow after work." I'm like, "Cool, with whom?" She hesitated, picking at her food, then mumbled, "Just an old friend." Her voice was too soft, like she was hiding something. I got suspicious and pressed. "Which friend?" She sighed, like I was annoying her, and said, "It's Jake, okay? My ex." So Jake is her ex-boyfriend from college, the guy she dated for 3 years before we met. She always said he was ancient history, someone she barely thought about. I felt my stomach twist. Coffee with Jake? Why now? She shrugs all casual. "We ran into each other at Whole Foods last week. Caught up in the produce aisle and he suggested grabbing a coffee to chat. It's no big deal." No big deal? My heart's racing. She met him weeks ago, planning this catch-up or date or whatever since then, and she informs me about it just a day prior. I try to keep my cool, but my fork was trembling in my hand. "You didn't think to mention this before or ask how I'd feel about it?" She rolled her eyes. "God dang, it's just coffee. I'm telling you now, aren't I? What's the issue?" I'm like, "The issue is you're meeting your ex, and you didn't think I'd care?" She laughs, actually laughs, and says, "You're being ridiculous. It's not a date, it's a catch-up. You trust me, don't you?" I wanted to scream, but I bit my tongue. I trust you, but I don't trust him, and I don't like you springing this on me like it's nothing. She leaned back, crossing her arms. "You're making this weird. If it bothers you that much, I won't go." Her tone was sharp, like I'm the one being unreasonable. I nodded, thinking it settled, but there was this pit in my gut telling me it's not. The next day, I was at work and I couldn't focus. My mind stuck on her and Jake. What's he look like now? Is he still the charming frat boy she used to gush about? I was spiraling. She texted me at noon. "Running errands, back later." Sounds normal, but it doesn't feel right. I got home at 6. The house was empty. Max was whining by the door, needing a walk. No Emma. I call her, straight to voicemail. She's usually home before me. I texted her, where was she? Crickets. An hour and a half passed, and it was time for our dinner. I was super anxious by then. Texted her again. "If you're still up to meeting your ex, then don't. This is a boundary I don't want us to cross." No reply. Maybe she saw it and chose to ignore. By 9, I'm pacing, imagining the worst. Car accident? Kidnapped? Or something else. She walks in at 10:25, all smiles, reeking of vanilla latte and some floral perfume she doesn't usually wear. I was on the couch, Max at my feet, and I asked, "Where were you?" She tosses her purse on the counter. "Just out with a friend. Sorry, got a little late. Got carried away." My blood runs cold. Was it Jake? She freezes, then nods. "Yeah, I met him for coffee. It was nothing, just catching up." I was shaking with rage, screamed, "You went behind my back, even after I made it clear that I was not okay with it?" She gets defensive. "You're blowing this out of proportion. We talked about college, laughed about old professors, that's it. You're acting like I cheated." I'm like, "You lied to me. I told you this is a boundary I don't want you to cross, and you did it anyway. That's a betrayal." She storms into the bedroom shouting, "You're so paranoid, get over it." That coffee breaks me. I'm a wreck after that. Every time she leaves the house, whether it's for groceries, yoga, or drinks with the girls, I'm convinced she's sneaking off to see Jake. She says she's at the gym. I picture her at a cafe with him. She's running to Target. I'm imagining them laughing over wine somewhere. Her "I love you" sounds hollow, like she's reading a script. I can't sleep, barely eat, just sit here with Max, my mind racing. I'm going insane, questioning everything. Was she always this secretive? Did I miss signs? I don't know what I'm going to do next. How am I going to deal with this? You're not crazy or paranoid. Anyone in your shoes would be rattled. It's not just about her getting coffee with her ex. It's everything around it. The secrecy, the sudden changes, how she downplayed your concerns like you were being dramatic when all you did was communicate how you felt. You're not overthinking, you're reacting to real shifts in behavior, and your gut's trying to protect you from getting blindsided again. Update 2. It's just been a week, and I'm back with an update. Hear me out. It gets worse. My brother comes over for beers 2 days later. He's always been Team Emma, thinks she's the perfect wife. I told him about the coffee incident, expecting support. Instead he says, "Dude, you're overreacting, it's just coffee. Let her have friends." I'm floored. Friends? It's her ex, and she lied about it. He shrugs. "You're suffocating her. She's allowed to have a life." I kicked him out furiously. My own brother taking her side? It's like a knife in the back. We haven't talked since, and it's eating at me. I started questioning my feelings. Was I really insane? Was I the problem? Work's no better. My boss is writing me about a missed deadline in a big campaign. I'm usually on top of things, but I can't focus right now. She pulled me into her office. "What's going on?" "You're dropping the ball." I mumbled something about personal stuff, but she was not having it. "Get it together, or we'll need to talk about your role." Great. Now my job's on the line too. I'm falling apart, and she was acting like everything was fine, humming in the kitchen like she didn't just torch our marriage. To her, I was just overreacting, and she thought she was giving me the space and time to suck it up. I hit a breaking point. I know it's wrong, but I snooped. We've always shared phone passcodes, never used hers before, never needed to. Yesterday, while she was asleep, I grabbed her phone. My hands were shaking as I opened her text with Jake. And there it is, a thread planning a weekend trip. He's texting, "Can't wait for an escape, just us, and so much fun." She's replying, "Oh my God, I need this so bad." He asks what he's gonna get in exchange for funding the trip, and she teases him. Heavy-loaded flirting. I couldn't believe it's her. After 8 years of marriage, I almost forgot that this version of her still exists. Sounded like high school high-energy flirts. If someone had shown me those, I would have discarded them as fake or that her phone was hacked. My vision blurred. I was gripping the phone so hard that I think it'd crack. I moved to the couch. Just couldn't bear to sleep beside her. I tossed and turned for the whole night, unable to come to terms with what to do next. One thing was clear, I could not let it slide. Sorry, babe, I cannot suck it up. Trust me, that night I read hundreds of posts on this sub about men avenging their wives, various plans cooking up inside my head, and how do I go about the revenge? Shall I ghost her? Kick her butt out? Pretend as if I don't have anything and blindside her? I'm not any of those types. Though I had fantasized I would ghost her in a few days, but the next morning, as soon as I saw her, I couldn't control my anger and confronted her. "What the hell is this? You're planning a weekend trip with Jake?" She went pale, then tried to laugh it off. "Oh my God, that was just talk. I didn't mean it. It was a spur-of-the-moment thing. I'd never actually go." I was like, "You expect me to believe that after you lied about the coffee?" She was defeated, but she won't admit it. Instead, she tried to pin it on me that I invited her privacy and checked her phone. She behaved as if I had breached the trust. Said, "I trusted you with my passwords. Did I ever snoop into yours?" I said, "I'm not going to get distracted by your petty tactics. It's no longer about who snooped into whose phone. You went to meet your ex despite my refusal. You were planning to go on a trip with him behind my back. You should be the last person talking about trust." My tone wasn't as soft as it appears now. There were lots of yelling and cursing in between. She tried to put up a fight, but did she have any grounds to defend? At last, she started crying. "I swear, it was just stupid texting. I got caught up,
but I'd never do that to you.
She argued that she never intended to go on an actual trip. They were talking about it just for fun. He's married and has an infant. Apparently, he has been feeling neglected by his wife during pregnancy and postpartum. It was sickening to hear. I asked, and what was your drive to talk to him? Cheap thrill? She started defending again, that she was talking to him just as friends. Her words became noise. I didn't believe a single one. She has lied before, and now she was planning secret getaways, even if she claims it's just talk. I'm done. I looked at her, tears streaming down her face, and felt nothing but exhaustion. I told her, you broke us. I can't trust you anymore. You crossed a line and there's no coming back. She sobbed,
Please, I didn't mean it. I love you.
Her sobbing didn't affect me at all. I can't live wondering what she's hiding next. The boundary's shattered, and so is our marriage. I told her it's the end. I don't know how I'm going to move forward with this, but I'm certainly not going to stay with her. Update 2. I kicked her out and started the divorce. Here's how it went down. After I discovered those texts, I couldn't stand being in the same room as hers. I moved to the other room. Her apologies, her
I didn't mean it,
were just lies piling on lies. I slept on the couch, avoiding her, but she kept trying to act like everything's normal, cooking dinner, saying,
I love you,
like it fixes anything. I was done being the fool. I called my buddy, Tom, who went through a divorce last year. He gave me the number of his lawyer, a guy who helped him avoid a fortune in alimony. I met the lawyer, showed him the screenshots of her texts with Jake, plus my messages telling her not to meet him. He says it's strong evidence of broken trust, especially since I had clearly set a boundary she ignored. He said, no kids, no major assets? This should be clean. I came back home to inform her about the divorce, and I saw her all dolled up in a black dress, getting ready for another girls' night. I sarcastically comment, Jake gonna be there too? She swears it's just her friends, but I'm past believing her. After she left, I took a deep breath and started packing her stuff. Clothes, shoes, overpriced skincare crap, into 2 suitcases. I changed the locks on the front door and disconnected her from the Wi-Fi and streaming accounts. Yeah, it's petty, but I'm done playing nice guy. Surprisingly, she came home early and found her suitcase lying outside the apartment. She tried to unlock the door using her keys. When she couldn't, she banged the door violently. I opened the door and told her, I have filed for divorce. You're out. Go stay with Jake or whoever else you're texting. She was stunned, started bawling.
You can't do this. I'm your wife. This is my home too.
I'm like, weren't you my wife when you planned a weekend to screw your ex? She tried to argue, saying I was overreacting, that it was just talk. But I was stone cold. When I was about to slam the door in her face, she screamed,
You can't kick me out. This is my house too, and legally, you can't deny me accommodation. I'll report you if you try.
I'm caught off guard. Didn't expect her to pull the legal card. I check online quick, and dang, she's right. I can't just lock her out without legal steps. I was furious but stuck, so I pivot. I let her in and said, fine, stay, I'm out. I grabbed a duffel bag, throw in some clothes, my laptop, and Max's leash. She started pleading, asking me to stop and talk this out, and suddenly blurts out,
Today I went only to cut it off, all contact with him. I promise nothing happened today, not even a hug.
I paused. Wait a minute. You went to meet him again? And you lied that you were going out with the girls. She was shocked at my reaction. She confessed because she thought I had followed her or somehow gotten to know the truth. And that's why I was reacting this violently. So my instincts were right. She indeed was lying and betraying me again. I became sure of my decision. This woman wasn't worth my trust or anything. She tries to stop me and hold my arms. I freed myself, handed her the keys of the new lock, and walked out with my bag and Max. I'm headed to Tom's place and crashed on his couch. She texted me later.
I know you're mad, but I also know our love is stronger than this friction. I love you.
I didn't reply. Then another text next morning.
Take time to steam off. I'm here waiting for you. Love you.
She thinks I'm bluffing about the divorce, that I'll get over it. She's wrong. I spent the weekend at Tom's clearing my head. My lawyer's drafting divorce papers. I'm staying at Tom's until I find a new place. She's still in the house, probably thinking I'll crawl back. She didn't take the divorce talk seriously, texting me crap like,
When you're ready to talk, I'm here.
I'm ignoring her. Meanwhile, she reached out to my brother, downplaying her actions and exaggerating mine. She told him that she was just being friends with her ex and I got insecure. Told him I was following her everywhere. Defended herself that she went to meet her ex only to tell him not to contact her further, and he was insistent over calls and texts. He texted me saying I'm being too hard on Emma and she didn't cross the line yet and that I should give her a chance. I blocked him. I'm done with anyone who thinks this is my fault and she's innocent. I've started therapy. It's actually helping, unpacking the rage and paranoia. The The lawyer is drafting divorce papers. No kids, no shared property, so it should be straightforward. I'm hitting the gym, taking Max for long walks, trying to claw my way back to normal, but I'm still raw and haunted by the betrayal. You were carrying the weight of this marriage solo while she played pretend in the kitchen like nothing happened. The fact that she tried to flip the script on you after you caught her planning a whole getaway? That's wild. Textbook manipulation. Kicking her out and starting the divorce might feel extreme to some people who haven't lived through this kind of deceit. But anyone who's been there knows, once trust is shattered like that, that's a sinking ship. Update 3. Emma got served, and it's hitting her really hard. A month after I moved out, the lawyer served Emma's divorce papers at the house. I was at Tom's when he called to confirm delivery. She blew up my phone. Calls, texts, voicemails, acted as if it was a big shock to her. I don't know what she was expecting when I moved out and ghosted her for a month. She was like,
What the hell? Divorce? Over such a petty issue? Are you serious?
I didn't respond. She thought I was bluffing, that I'd forgive and forget. Nope, I won't. It doesn't matter if she had slept or not, but the fact that she was planning for one is enough for me to move out. Her mom called, pleading with me to work it out. But I told her, would you have said the same if I had done this to your daughter? She got quiet and said she understood it was hurtful, but as a parent, it's her duty to iron out the matter. I made it clear that reconciliation was off the table. During the divorce trial, she sobbed.
I didn't meet Jake as my ex, but as an old friend. I thought it was harmless catch-up. Didn't know it would hurt you so much. I love you. Can we start fresh?
I said no, it's over for me. And it wasn't any harmless meeting, but over the line flirting. She lied, planned a secret trip, and thought I'd just eat it. She killed my trust. Then she tried the guilt trip.
8 years. We built a life together. Doesn't that mean anything?
I laughed bitterly. It meant everything to me, but you crossed the line when you decided that coffee with Jake was worth more than our marriage. She often broke down during the proceedings saying,
I didn't mean it. I was feeling stuck and I didn't know how to handle it.
I'm like, you could have talked to me, not run to your ex. You chose this. She was asked to seek therapy because her constant breakdown was disrupting the process. Her mom called me again, saying Emma's a wreck, barely eating, and knows she's ruined everything. She has also been fired from work because she wasn't productive and calling days off randomly. She probably said this to guilt trip me. I told her she indeed had ruined everything. Glad she realized this. I hope therapy helps her. By the way, my therapist has also advised me to stay away from my past, so kindly don't bother me again. I want to move on. She stopped bothering me after that. I'm rebuilding my life. Took Max on a road trip to Lake Michigan. Started hiking with friends, even went on a few dates. Nothing serious, just testing the waters. It feels good to breathe again, to not be consumed by paranoia. The divorce is on track. Emma's regret is her problem now, not mine. Update 4. It's been 6 months, and life's looking different. While the divorce proceedings were still on, something hit me about Jake's wife. I remembered Emma telling me that he had an infant, so I fished out his details and looked up his wife. I found her on LinkedIn and sent a message explaining I was Emma's ex-husband and needed to talk about Jake. She almost immediately responded, said she has been living separately for a year, almost before I walked out on Emma. But here's the kicker. She revealed that Emma had reached out to Jake first, months before the Whole Foods accidental meeting. Emma had messaged him on Instagram, saying she missed their talks and wanted to reconnect. She had found texts showing they'd been flirting for 6 months before I even knew about the coffee. She had uncovered the truth before me. She even tried to find me, but I'm not on any social media. She said Jake was off for months, sneaking around, claiming work dinners. She'd confronted him and he admitted to meeting Emma for coffee multiple times, not just once. I was floored by this information. Emma didn't just run into Jake. She sought him out, planned this for months, and lied to my face about it being a spontaneous catch-up. Jake's wife said she's divorcing him, and she thanked me for reaching out, saying it gave her the push to move on. Said she was too overwhelmed as a first-time mother, hence didn't have the courage to deal with the divorce then. Now, when the baby is almost 2, she has filed for it. She also sent me screenshots of Jake and Emma's chats, flirty, suggestive, full of remember when nonsense. I forwarded the screenshots to my lawyer just in case she tries to contest the settlement. Jake's wife and I are in touch. Nothing's cooking. She's a good person, caught in the same mess. Knowing the full scope of Emma's deception, I feel assured my gut was right all along. I wasn't crazy. My brother finally apologized for taking Emma's side. She showed up at my new apartment. Yeah, I moved to a smaller place downtown. Fresh start. Said he didn't realize how cunning she was. My work has also stabilized. I pulled off a major campaign and my boss is off my back. Got a raise, which helps with the new rent. I've been diving into hobbies. Picked up my guitar after ages. Max loves the new place. We've got a park nearby where he chases squirrels like a maniac. The divorce is finalized last month. Clean split, no alimony since Emma's back working. Some admin job from what I hear. She tried reaching out once, via email, apologizing again and asking to meet as friends. I didn't respond. I'm not here to be her emotional crutch. I do feel better and have come out stronger. Wow, what a performance. The tears, declaration of love, the whole "I was feeling stuck" Oscar monologue. But you know what doesn't lie? A 6-month-long flirt fest with her ex behind your back. Jake's wife confirming that Emma initiated the whole affair just sealed the coffin. Cheers to your fresh start, OP. Do you have a similar story? Share it with us in the comments. And thank you for joining us today on rSpace. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. See you next time.